All right, if you're a product manager, you totally know this feeling, right? You go looking for book recommendations and bam, you're just hit with this tidal wave of lists, articles, and some very, very strong opinions. It's overwhelming. So how do you even begin to find the signal in all that noise? Well, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to build your ultimate PM bookshelf.
And when I say strong opinions, I mean strong opinions. You find this all the time. Glowing praise right next to a brutal takedown like this one from Reddit. It's just a perfect example of the chaos out there. One person's absolute Bible is another person's, well, you can read the quote.
So, that really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? How do you get past all the hype and all the hate to find the books that will genuinely make you better at your job? You know, the ones that help you solve the real problems you're facing every single day.
That's exactly what this is all about. We're going to cut right through that noise with a really simple but powerful framework, the 4 pillars of product mastery. Now, this isn't just going to be another random list. It's a structured way for you to think about your own growth and pick the right book for you right now.
So let's get started with the absolute foundation. I mean, this is where everything begins. Pillar number 1 is all about understanding the user. Look, here's the bottom line. If you don't deeply, and I mean deeply, understand your customer's world, their problems, their weird behaviors, what actually motivates them, then you're basically just guessing. This whole pillar is about moving from making assumptions to having real, concrete insights. It's the bedrock. It's what lets you build something people will actually use and love.
So to build up this pillar, we've got 3 absolute must-haves. First up, Teresa Torres' is Continuous Discovery Habits. This is your tactical guide for making customer conversations a weekly habit, not some big thing you do once a quarter. Then, you've got the mom test. This one's so crucial for learning how to ask questions that get you brutally honest feedback, not just people trying to be nice. And of course, we have to include the classic, The Design of Everyday Things. It's one of those books that will literally change how you see the world around you, training your brain to see what makes a product feel effortless and intuitive.
Okay, so once you understand your user, you need a plan, right? Let's move on to our second pillar, which builds right on top of the first, crafting the strategy. Strategy is not some fluffy mission statement or a giant list of features you want to build. Real strategy is about making hard choices. It's a focused plan that pinpoints the main challenge you're up against and then lays out a clear, coherent way to beat it. Honestly, good strategy is what separates the companies that win from the ones that just stay busy. For this pillar, good strategy, bad strategy is, well, it's not negotiable. Reading it is like getting a superpower for cutting through corporate jargon and spotting a real, actionable strategy from a mile away. Next, no PM bookshelf is complete without the innovator's dilemma. I mean, it's the book that defined market disruption. And then, to really sharpen that competitive thinking, 7 Powers gives you this brilliant framework that product leaders at places like Apple and Google absolutely swear by.
All right, you've got your user insights, you've got a sharp strategy, now it's time to actually make it real. Welcome to Pillar 3, Drive the Execution.
This is it. This is where the rubber meets the road. Execution is all about turning those big ideas into something tangible that customers can actually use. It's the daily grind, you know? The planning, prioritizing, communicating, and shipping, all while trying to learn as fast as you possibly can. This is the engine of product management.
And when you talk about execution, there's one name that just dominates the entire conversation: Marty Cagan. His book, Inspired, is so often called the definitive guide. You've got leaders like the former CEO of Etsy giving it the highest praise you can imagine. It really paints this amazing picture of how the best of the best companies work.
But then, you get the other side. For every single person who calls Inspired their Bible, you'll find someone who thinks it's completely out of touch with their day-to-day reality. This is the core of the debate. So, who's right?
So here's how we make sense of that tension. Think of Inspired as your North Star. It's the ideal. It's what you're aiming for. But for what you need to get done on Monday morning, you probably need something a little more grounded. That's where a book like the Lean Product Playbook comes in, giving you that step-by-step tactical advice. And product management in practice tackles the messy, real-world stuff, the communication breakdowns and organizational chaos that are often left out of the high-level vision. The key here, you need both. You need the vision and you need the roadmap. And that brings us to our final pillar. And honestly, it might be the most critical one of all. You can't build great products alone. You have to lead the people.
As a PM, you're almost never anyone's direct boss. You can't just tell people what to do.
Your entire success hinges on your ability to persuade, to motivate, to get a whole group of different people, engineers, designers, marketers, executives, all aligned around a shared vision. It's all about leadership through influence, not authority.
So how do you get good at this? Well, Influence Without Authority is pretty much the official handbook for this core PM challenge. To figure out what's going on with your team and make it healthier, the 5 dysfunctions of a team gives you this simple but incredibly powerful framework. And for navigating those tough but absolutely necessary conversations, Radical Candor teaches you how to give direct feedback in a way that actually builds trust and makes things better.
So there you have it, the 4 pillars of product mastery. Now the big question is, how do you turn this whole framework into your own personal action plan?
It's a really simple 4-step process. First, just be honest with yourself. Where are you weakest right now? Is it understanding users, crafting strategy, driving execution, or leading people? Second, match that weakness to one of the pillars we just talked about. Third, and this is so important, just pick one book from that pillar. Don't try to read everything at once. And finally, don't just read it. Find one key idea and actually try to apply it this week. That's how you really grow.
Because at the end of the day, building great products is an infinite game. There is no finish line. There's no final level to beat. There's always more to learn, new skills to master, and bigger challenges to take on. The only question is, what will you learn next?